Assalamu alaikum. In this video we are going to review the mid two topic exponential functions. So please remember, in ECO 244 we are looking at exponential functions of this format, y equals to a b t, which can also be expressed in this format, a into 1 plus minus r to the power t. So we should remember that both the formats are exactly the same. You can use either one depending on the situation. For example, if you have a table like this, in that case this format is easier to use, more convenient. But if the percentage changes are given, if that is known, in that case the second format is easier to use. So first of all, how do we understand in a particular situation we can apply this particular exponential function? So that is the most important question. First of all, can we apply this format in this case? To understand that, you must look at how the dependent variable is changing. So one easy approach is to find the factor. So take the latest value and divide it by the previous value. So we are dividing 1200 divided by 1000. This is how you calculate the factors, and you're going to find 1.2. Right. Similarly, if you find the factor here using your calculator, you should also find 1.2. So remember, the new value, the latest value, divided by the previous value. So we can see that the factor is the same. So let's check the last pair. So in this case, 1728 divided by 1440. This should also give you 1.2. You can find it out using your calculator. So since the factor is the same throughout the data set, on this data set we can apply the exponential function ABT, right? So this is the situation. If the factor remains constant, then you can apply this format or this format. But as we said, it's easier to apply this format. So the thing to remember is that this b, right, this particular b here, this is the factor. This b is the factor. So in this case the b is 1.2. as you found out, the factor is 1.2. and remember, a is the initial value. So the initial number of cases were 1000. So in this case a would be 1000, and that's it. Remember, you just need these two things to find the function. So our function is y equals to 1000 into 1.2 to the power t. So if you want, you can also express this function in the other format, right? So we can easily change it to the other format, 1 plus minus r. So all you need to do is remember, 1 is always there, it's fixed. So 1 will always be here, and now you just need to add 0.2 to make it 1.2. So remember, we are trying to make these two equal. So this is useful because this plus 2 tells you, remember this 0.2 or this plus 0.2 is the rate. So this rate tells you that the coronavirus cases are increasing by 20%. So I actually forgot to introduce you to the data set. So in this particular data set, we are trying to analyze and study how the number of coronavirus cases are increasing in a particular country or city. So these are the daily cases reported. So as you can see, the interval is 1 day. So these are the daily values. So remember, the you have to be careful about this when you are thinking of t. So this is t equal to 0 and this is t equals to 1 because the gap is only 1 day. So if the gap is consistently 1 day, then you can do this. You can make it t equals to 2 and you can make this t equals to 3. You have to be a little careful about this time that you're considering, and then you can set the values of t. So anyways, that is how we can apply exponential functions to analyze different sets of data. Now one question might arise is, what's the benefit, what's the application of the exponential function? So after we have found the exponential function, how can we use it? So one application is you can use the exponential function to, for example, predict what will be the number of cases on the 6th of May. So let's say we want to predict how many cases will be there on the 6th of May. You can use this exponential function that you just found. You can use this to predict the number of cases on the 6th of May. So all you need to do is understand that the 5th of May will be t equals to 4 and 6th of May would be t equal to 6. So as you can understand, if the gaps are consistent, these are daily values, so the gap is only 1. So all you need to do is, just subtract, right? 6 minus 1 will give you 5. So this should be t equals to 5, right? So the 5th of May is t equals to 4 and 6th of May is t equals to 5. So you can do it like this. You can count one by one, but that would be a little tedious. So one shortcut is just subtract 6th May and 1st May. 6 minus 1 gives you 5. So that will be the corresponding value of t. So t will be equals to 5. So this is important because we now understand that this t here, so this t here, this is going to be 5. So you know that t, and all you need to do is substitute that t in your function, and that will help you make the prediction. So 1000 into 1.2, in place of t put 5. So this helps you predict the value on 6th of May because t equals to 5 is 6th of May. So if you use your calculator, should be able to find this out. So this is roughly 2488.3, but you can ignore the decimal here. That won't make too much sense because number of cases cannot be fraction or decimal. It can be in certain situations, but not in this one. So we can expect 2488 cases on the 6th of May. So this prediction might help you make certain decisions. It might help you increase your hospital beds accordingly and make your decisions accordingly. So that's it, and you can go through the other examples in the notes. So take care, stay safe.